What are lifecycle hooks in Angular? Angular application goes through an entire set of processes or has a lifecycle right from its initiation to the end of the application. Can you describe each lifecycle method with description in Angular? The description of each lifecycle method is ng-on-changes. When the value of a data-bound property changes, then this method is called ng-on-init. This is called whenever the initialization of the directive or component after Angular first displays the data-bound properties happens. ng-do-check. This is for the detection and to act on changes that Angular can't or won't detect on its own. ng-after-content-init. This is called in response after Angular projects external content into the components view. ng-after-content-checked. This is called in response after Angular checks the content projected into the component. ng-after-view-init. This is called in response after Angular initializes the component's views and child views. ng-after-view-checked. This is called in response after Angular checks the component's views and child views. ng-on-destroy. This is the cleanup phase just before Angular destroys the directive or component. What is a data binding in Angular? Please tell what are 4 forms of data binding which divided as 3 categories. Data binding is a core concept in Angular and allows to define communication between a component and the document object model or DOM, making it very easy to define interactive applications without worrying about pushing and pulling data. There are 4 forms of data binding are divided as 3 categories which differ in the way the data is flowing. From the component to the document object model. Interpolation as value with double curly braces. Adds the value of a property from the component. We get name from user.nameValue as interpolation. We get address from user.addressValue as interpolation. Property binding. Property equals value. The value is passed from the component to the specified property or simple HTML attribute. In email input, here value as property and value is user.email. From the document object model to the component. Event binding. Event equals function. When a specific DOM event happens, for example, click, change, keyup, call the specified method in the component. In button click event, event is click and function is logout. Two-way binding, two-way data binding. ng model equals value. Two-way data binding allows to have the data flow both ways. For example, in the below code snippet, both the email document object model or document object model input and component email property are in sync. In email input, value is user.email assigned to ng model. Thanks for watching Coding Knowledge. Please ask your Angular-related doubts and queries on comment section. We will help your Angular-related queries.